11 classrooms, what will that space be used for?
Again, primarily used for classrooms. The additional space will allow us to separate more than we do now the middle school and the high school. Right now, the idea is not necessarily that that new wing is going to be the middle school wing, but it will allow us to make a greater separation. I've always had an issue with 7th graders and 12th graders in the same building, though it's a necessary evil with space today. But what it will allow us to do is create areas of the building targeted for middle school and high school.
Okay.
There will be times for specialized room, the art room would be an example where for middle schoolers to go to the art room, or the high schoolers, we're only going to have one specialized art room even after the addition. So there will be instances where they will have to pass each other in the hall, or but it will be easier to, as Ross said, to separate the other programs.
And why is this the year to start that addition?
I think the construction industry right now has been really favorable as far as pricing and bidding. Interest rates are really low right now at historic lows, and so those are the two main reasons. And then the other reason is just the sheer need of having teachers in the cafeteria to teach classes, having special education classroom with 2 teachers in there, sharing one space, teachers needing to go into other classrooms during that teacher's prep time, so the teacher is trying to work at their desk or work with their technology, smart boards or whatnot. And then having another teacher holding class in there at that time makes it very difficult for them to use that technology because there's another class in session there. So those are the main reasons.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to add about just the need that you've seen in the building for teachers or students?
You asked why is this year to do it. I guess I would say we're probably 2 years late. As far as we've needed space for a while, we've had teachers make accommodations, and like Lynn said, particularly with the with technology today, teachers need to prep in their own rooms using that and making sure it's ready to go. And so we use probably about 98% of the time every room is in use, and so teachers aren't prepping in their rooms, they're going elsewhere to do that. So that's a huge issue that we're looking at. The other thing is we'd like the ability to, in science classrooms, do the prep for labs and then not have to use that classroom during the day for regular class while the lab stuff is out, and so that'll give us that ability as well.
Yeah, and I want to reiterate Ross's point is we've been having this discussion internally for 2 years in regards to needing spaces, and we wanted to just monitor our enrollment and make sure that the trend of growth was still happening, and that's what we've seen. And we're also noticing an increase in the waiting list in the elementary grades, and we're also seeing that students are staying throughout their high school careers here, where in years past, in 9th grade particularly, we would lose students. We're starting to see that trend decrease.
I think one of the big things that I look at is for alumni coming back, when they come back to a building that they were never in, it wasn't a part of their experience. So if all else fails, if we can be in by 2nd semester December next year, so that next year's graduating class gets a semester in the building, then they feel like it was part of their high school experience as well. So I guess worst case scenario is we'd love to have it for 2nd semester of next year. The new part will actually come out at a little bit angled towards the road, and it's actually coming off on the east side of the existing middle school, high school building. So if you see kind of the angle of that wall right there, that's kind of going out that way. Design same level, pretty much the same width, just on an angle so that we can protect the parking lot and the floodplain.
And the addition's going to be 2 stories as well?
The addition will be 2 stories, designed to match up with the existing building with 6 classrooms down and 5 classrooms on the 2nd floor.